Today we're looking for a unrated game, rapid. I've set the range a bit wide. I've got a 1240 rated player and I'm a 1400. Hopefully this shows a little bit of imbalance in my favour. Just as a slightly more relaxed game, it's unrated anyway. I want to get my bishop here, so that can't be done yet. Let's just get one of the knights out. Okay, now we can pin. This is an exchange variation. We've captured this way. So we've got a slight lopsided. We've got 5 on the king side. White has got 4 on the queen side. Okay. Just going to go for this simple development plan. Okay, try that from now, and I want to get my dark square bishop out. Probably here, but will they pin me immediately? Do line. So if they do pin me immediately, I'm going to bring my knight here to defend this knight if they pin, and then that will free my queen to move without ruining my king side. They could put this knight out. Okay. So now maybe we'll look at these pawns. This might be an idea. Castling is almost certainly going to be to the king side. Yeah, okay, so expect them to trade off one of these. Ooh. Yeah, if they take here, I can go this way, I guess. They might like that, and I might not like that. They're going to take a think now because I've rushed this, and I should learn. Okay, so let's assume they take. I can't capture back because I'm pinned. If I take this way, I don't like this. So they take, I take here. And then are they going to take? One would presume so. I could then line up with their king. Yeah, I presume they're going to play this way. They might make a mistake. They're okay. I'm happy with that. Let's castle out of this pin pronto. Then whichever way they take, I'm happy with. Don't mind which of these they take. I'd quite like them to take. This might be a push. They are now leaving this hanging. My queen is free. Getting rid of the centre pawn from white will give me a strong position and chances for a passed pawn later. This doesn't work. Although maybe it does. It might encourage this, and then I can take. Maybe it will encourage this, and then these would both be hanging. I guess they would attack me, and then I'd be hanging. So watch out for the poison pawn. This often makes a counter threat that's hard to defend. They're taking their time thinking. Good for them. Definitely they took more time thinking than I did in the opening. I would be very keen to see how that looks for me. Okay. Now these are both hanging, but I don't want to take this one. This is covering their escape square, so they don't have Luft. This is often an idea by white. I would probably try and move out of it and bring a dark square defender back. What else am I looking at in this position? Even if I take this, it might just give them a chance to activate and not be that valuable for me. But I think I could even double up on F in a defensive. That's a bit defensive, so maybe I should be looking to come in like here. They can't push this so easily. This is a move that both defends and attacks. Nice, okay, they found that. So they've lost this one. What have they missed now? I can possibly go back here and trade off this way if they decide to do that. But just happy to be up a pawn, and it's an important central pawn. I'm not very good at pawn play after this point. I often wait till I've traded everything off and I've just got a passed pawn in the centre. Probably I should be pushing forward a bit sooner, but not yet. So how about this? I can't do, no. This doesn't work. This threatens. I quite like this. They might just think I'm moving out of the attack. But if they see it, they can block with either of these pieces. And I'm happy, because if they block with either of these, I'm winning on my battery. Otherwise, there you go. Oh, let's not rush into it. The king goes here. I give a check here. Don't think I've actually got anything. Because the queen's defending this, often you come in and you can pick up this pawn at some point. So how do we progress here? This to allow this to activate. Pin this. I think my dark squared bishop is important. Let's play this and get rid of this threat. Okay, so now does this work? No, they're looking for this. Maybe bring myself back here. Yeah, I think so. This defends this square and this square. Gets off this line. Maybe we've got some moves, but let's get our rooks into the game. This knight should be doing more, but these rooks should definitely be doing more. This alignment here is notable, but at the moment I can't go here. So that's reasonably new development from this move. I don't envisage this being a problem really. I could offer a trade here, that fails. I can play here. I've got two defenders on that square. Let's see if they've miscalculated that. Let's hope that I haven't miscalculated that. Mostly just playing them down a bit on the clock, but they're doing a really sensible game for their rating. They could well beat me. I'm a single pawn up. I suspect this is just going to go down to a bit of a time scramble for them at the end, which is nice for me because usually that's my trick. Getting a long time. They might be being very methodical, going through like checks, captures, and attacks for every move. This potentially could force a trade. I'm happy enough with the trade. This comes with tempo. Okay, they've lost their queen. That makes things easier. That might be a resignation. I think that's a fair game. I think they did well. Let's check the game review. I'm not sure that you can see it, but yeah, very good game from them. Okay, it stayed very level through the opening. This was all perfectly sensible. Yeah, not so bad at all here. I guess this was my biggest slip. They should have taken with the bishop. Yeah, what did we go to? Went to -1 here. Take with the bishop because I can't take back this way. And if they do take with the bishop, what's my best move now? It says to take this way. And then it says gain tempo on the queen, then capture here, and then retreat. I think that's how they'd have been up a 4-piece. So that's a good thing to miss. So here I should have, here it recommended I just push them away. Okay. Yeah, so this move, bringing the knight into defend, was okay. Gave them a little benefit, but when they pinned it, I should have noticed that was no defending and I needed to castle. They missed it, so I did castle, and then this was fine for me. I'm not up material here, but a stronger position, and they dropped back and lost a pawn. Yeah, they did suggest going over and attacking the pawn there. Okay, so it did suggest. So let's see the best move. Okay, it wasn't. Yeah, you didn't then push on with the queen yet. You kicked their queen away. Come in like this, and then. Okay, so I said about picking up that g2 pawn, and this was the move. After the queen check, bring my knight in, displace their queen slightly, and then pick up a pawn. It pushes their king into the center, and it's going to be easier to give checks and to and some tempo that way. Okay, so I just stabilized my pawn structure. I was worried about this poison pawn opening up, and I was worried about losing the defense of this pawn if I move my rook. So it seemed to just give me some strength on the dark squares on that side of the board, on the queen side. And then look to attack their queen with the knight was better. This was the best move. Traded off and a blunder. They spent, like, look at the time on their clock, 3:50 goes down to 2:45. They spent the best part of a minute thinking around that one. The next move, 5 seconds. They hadn't necessarily visualized or either seen this knight recapture or hadn't visualized the attack on the queen. They'd maybe got under time pressure, but that's a shame because they were playing really quite well up until this move. Okay, 2.4, it was convincing for me when I'd got the 2 pawns. Happy with that.